Robbery and Armed Robbery NJ 2C15-1. Okay, robbery essentially is theft plus use of force. In the case of armed robbery, it's theft plus force plus use of a deadly weapon. Okay, there's a number of ways that you can commit it, but the simplest way to understand it is you intend to steal something that does not belong to you from somebody, and you're either physically threatening to beat him and take it, or you are pulling a weapon and saying, I'm going to shoot you or kill you and take it. Now, what's your exposure if you're charged and convicted of robbery? If you have not used a weapon, meaning you're using force and you threaten someone, putting them in imminent fear of serious bodily harm, it's a second-degree offense if convicted. That means there's a presumption of incarceration, and the fine can be up to $150,000, possible jail, minimum 5 years, maximum 10, and of course a felony criminal record. If you are using a handgun or a weapon of any kind in order to extract the goods from somebody, that's a first-degree crime, and that's punishable by at least 20 years. It's usually 10 to 20. And the fine can be up to $200,000, and you have a serious felony record. Now, I don't usually do this. I'm going to do it because it's a short statute and it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to read some of the statutes so you fully get it. A person is guilty of robbery if in the course of committing a theft, he, 1, either inflicts bodily injury or uses force on another, or 2, threatens another or purposely puts him in fear of immediate bodily injury, or 3, in the course of committing a theft, if it occurs in an attempt to commit theft or immediate flight after the attempt or commission, meaning use of force or threat of use of force. Now, that's a second degree. Now, it becomes elevated to a first degree crime if you either in the course of the theft, you attempt to kill someone, or purposely inflicts or attempts to inflict serious bodily injury, or is armed with, or uses, or threatens the immediate use of force with a deadly weapon, like a handgun. Now, these are extremely serious cases, and I have handled quite a few of them. Mr. Gravatt, if we retain you, what can you do to help us? Well, nobody likes these cases. I mean, this is not a respected type of conduct. The courts don't have much sympathy for armed robbers. But what I have been able to do for most people is get them a reduced sentence, a significantly reduced sentence. For example, I just had a case, a young man, a 19-year-old man who stole a handgun, so he was right away had exposure for up to 10 years, minimum 5 years for a Graves Act offense. Took it into a bodega, pointed the gun at a clerk, said, "Give me your money, or I'm going to shoot you." So the guy gave him $200 out of the register and a pack of cigarettes, interestingly. And my client left the bodega, and within 2 blocks he was arrested. Okay, didn't get away, didn't get anywhere, but he was looking at least 25 years, total exposure, and I was able to negotiate a sentence for him of 10. Now, you might say to me, well, that's still terrible. Well, this is a terrible situation. This is a terrible, desperate act. It's dangerous. No one likes armed robbery. So the question is, how can you get the best deal possible given the egregious choices that have to be made? Think of it like, you slammed your car door shut and you got your hand stuck in there. And now the question is, how much of it can you get out and how much of it are you going to lose? A fingernail's not too bad. A finger's not as bad as it could be. 2 or 3 fingers and a knuckle, well, that's terrible. Well, that's armed robbery. The question is, how much can you cut down the sentence if guilty? Of course, there's certain circumstances where the people aren't guilty, but that's a different kettle of fish. My name is Stephen A. Gravatt. My telephone number is 732-337-7922. If you've been charged with one of these offenses, it's extremely serious. It's certain jail time if convicted, but I can help you, and I have handled these cases before. Thank you, and have a nice day.